Attention all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
The great Joseph Tacopina. So, Jojo, welcome back to the program. I want to start with E. Jean Carroll. And you did a great job representing President Trump, more than once, actually, twice, but specifically in the E. Jean Carroll trial with Judge Kaplan, and that jury really wanted you to lose and Trump be a rapist the rest of his life. But you won. So you can say anything you want about President Trump, but you can't call him a rapist unless you want to spend $15 million like George Stephanopoulos. Exactly right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So then there was a civil case, too, and I guess the jury said that he was going to pay her $90 million, $88 million, whatever it is. So he lost the appeal yesterday, and he has to pay $5 million. To me, that's still a win. I'd rather pay 5 than 88. But is that it? Is this over, or is there more legal stuff ahead?
Well, I think there's still some open issues that the appellate lawyers are still going to deal with regarding that second verdict. That was a crazy, ridiculous case. Alina Hoppe tried that case, and the jury awarded $83 million to E. Jean Carroll when the plaintiff asked for 24. I've never seen that in my life before. That just goes to show you the level of disdain and lack of ability to get a fair trial President Trump has in New York City. In the history of American jurisprudence, I don't think there's been a case where someone said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, award my client $24 million, which is ridiculous. And the jury said, no, we're not awarding your client $24 million. We're going to give $83 million. I mean, that's what happened in Alina's trial. That is insane.
And is that was that part of the reason why? Because that is so insane, and that's a great job, Joseph, pointing that out. Is that partly why Trump probably thought it's going to go away completely?
Yeah, I think so. Well, there's that, and the fact that he didn't get a fair trial in either trial, even though we won the rape allegation, which was all they played for. I mean, E. Jean Carroll said rape 52 times in her direct testimony. The summation was rape. And they lost. A New York jury who clearly did not like President Trump, or the judge who was itching to make sure the verdict did not go in his favor. Okay, they still couldn't find him liable for rape, and because you just have to be able to look in a mirror once in a while, even if you're a juror, and there was no way that could have happened. So I think he thought it was going to go away in total because both cases were ridiculous. I mean, imagine being accused of a sexual assault or rape 27, 28, or 29 years ago. We don't know the date, we don't know the year, we don't know the month, we don't know the season even. Okay, so we can't check our calendars. I couldn't check the president's calendars where he was. Was there an alibi? Was there not? Right. It was the most ridiculous allegation. And it only became an allegation, of course, when he became the president of the United States. So, I guess it was forgot for 2 decades. But anyway, that case is over. And look, it didn't lay a glove on him, clearly. And he made out well. He's still plus 10 on this one, right? Plus 10 million. Because even if he has to pay the 5, George Stephanopoulos, in his infinite wisdom, went on TV and called him a rapist. Right. Thank you. Boom, 15 million. Right. So that's it, brother. So that case is a nothing. It's really a nothing burger. By the way, congratulations on the Hall of Fame. That's a pretty cool thing. I mean, Hall of Fame. Listen, you just said the word. I was listening to your interview with Anthony. You just said economic indicators. I was like, wow, that's such an amazingly sophisticated term, economic indicator. Did you think back in 5th grade in poly prep that you would even know what an economic indicator was, let alone be able to say it?
Oh, God, right? No.
It's just amazing where you've come, brother. Where you've come is just different level stuff. So I'm so proud of you, so happy for you. And by the way, on Fox News the other day, said that was as good as I've seen anyone analyze the state of the war of Iran.
Well, 2 things.
Anyone has done it.
First of all, thank you for the kind words about the Hall of Fame. I love you, and we've been friends, like you said, since the 5th grade at Poly Prep in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. But you and I spoke, obviously. I know how you feel. But when you say that you thought my analysis on Fox News Sunday morning was as good, if not better than anyone you've seen, first of all, thank you. But second of all, explain to the audience why.
Well, because I've been saying that to you all along. We've been discussing it because we're in a quagmire. We are stuck. We could say on television all we want. We won. They're crippled. This is almost a complete surrender. It's not. we're still in a war. We're nowhere near a resolution, because we need a resolution. We need a resolution, either a total annihilation and a victory, or a favorable resolution, not a resolution that has half the Republicans saying, my God, we're giving a terrorist nation $300 billion. I mean, we need a real resolution. We don't have one.
Well, hold on for a second. Hold on, because you're right. That's what we're going to do. I don't care what anybody says. But we've got Republicans on record, Trump and his people saying, no, Bessent, maybe Vance, they don't get any money. They don't get any money unless they comply. I'm not sure that's true. In fact, I don't think it is true. And what does that mean if they comply? My guess is they get money right away.
They do get money right away. And by the way, as far as them complying, what weapons inspectors going in there are going to know if they comply? They have uranium under the ground. They're never complying. They're gonna talk the talk, walk the walk, and say they're complying, but they're never complying, and they're gonna get that money. They're gonna get a lot of money. So this is a home run for them if they could get this deal. I mean, honestly, if we could all rewind to before we went and started this war, we'd be in a better position. Clearly, we'd be in a better position. The people of this country, with the prices of gas and food and all the things that are really hurting us for the chance for the midterm, because we're in a bad spot for that.
See, I would say this. I agree with you with Epic Fury, and I love Epic Fury. That Saturday morning, I've never been more proud of a president than I was for President Trump. See, for me, Midnight Hammer did enough, because I do believe that we really damaged their centrifuges, their nuclear capabilities. Midnight Hammer, that was amazing. But Epic Fury, all we've done is cause more issues than anything good.
Said 100%. Like Epic Hammer, we did what we needed to do. We sent a message, number one. We lost nobody. And we did what we needed to do. We showed we're going to mess around with us. We're coming in there with our incredible military might, and we're going to take you down. And we did that. And we no one argued that we didn't obliterate, as President Trump said, their nuclear systems. No one argued that. It was over. And then we started this thing again, and it's been nothing but bad. I mean, honestly, we went in there without planning, Sid. I'm telling you, as a military guy and someone who's in touch with our leaders, we went in there without planning. We didn't secure our bases and embassies. Those are destroyed. Bases and embassies. We didn't secure the Strait. Before you go into a war with Iran, every leader said, you have to secure the Strait. We didn't do that. Okay, now that Strait's going to be a mess for our lifetime, for sure. So we didn't have a plan. We didn't go in there well. Our munitions are low, no matter what anyone says. Pete Hegseth testified to that in Congress. On TV, he says something different, but when he testified on the road, our munitions are low. We need money.
Wait,
money.
So let me stop you. So are you, Joseph Tacopina, I love you like a brother, and I actually trust you and believe you, are you calling Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, a liar?
I have a lot of things to say about Pete Hegseth, Sid. Honestly, I think he's doing more damage than we could withstand. I think he's giving the president some real bad advice. And what he's done this week, to me, crossed the line, beyond any line he's ever crossed. And what he did was removed our greatest warfighter. He has this thing, and I know he has an issue, a little bit of a vendetta against the Army. He was a National Guardsman, and he was sort of not treated well, he thought. And, he's now in a position, and I'm going to just shoot straight with you, where, first of all, he's made some not good statements publicly, statements that have come back to haunt us. He removed certain elements of our warfighting intelligence that's caused us to do things like, accidentally bomb a school with children in it. Because God forbid Iran ever bombed a school with 170 of our little school children in it. This country you'd see a hornet's nest or like a pit vipers would be for the rest of our lives. We would annihilate that country. But what he did, we lost General Donahue. And you know how I feel about Chris Donahue. General Donahue is a family to me. He is, and he isn't just another four-star general. Pete Hegseth forced out General Donahue after forcing out General Randy George, who was an icon, the leader of the Army, the chief of staff.
Oh, wait, actually, I knew about Randy George. I didn't know he forced out Donahue. When was this?
Just 4 days ago. Sid.
Oh, my God.
He reduced his command from a four-star command, he's a four-star general, to a three-star command. And then when Donahue agreed to go elsewhere, he blocked all those attempts for CD, General Donahue, to go elsewhere.
Is he doing all this? Is he doing all this because he's paranoid? What's his problem?
He's clearly threatened by General Donahue because General Donahue is almost like a Hollywood action figure warfighter. Okay, he also has alliances with people like General Leneve, who he put into a position that I don't think he's qualified for, that many people don't feel he was qualified for. That's his friend. General Donahue fired General Leneve 10 years ago, and so did General George. But here's what I have to say, and you've got to give me a second just to get this out, because your viewers need to understand the gravity of this. General Donahue isn't simply another four-star general. He is the most decorated combat leader of our generation. He was a Ranger leader. He was the Delta Force commander. He was commander of the 82nd Airborne, commander of the 18th Airborne Corps. He is NATO's senior land commander in all of Europe. He's been deployed more than 20 times in defense of this country, Sid, in the absolutely most treacherous deployments. He destroyed single-handedly. Now, of course, he had his troops, but he was the one who destroyed ISIS. He basically strengthened NATO against Russian aggression. The Ukraine relied on General Donahue as much as they relied on anyone in their military, anyone. Okay? And was widely considered to be the chief of staff of the Army, the future chief of staff of the Army. When a leader like that is shown the door without any compelling military reason, every soldier in uniform notices, and that should concern the American public, because I will tell you this, until recently, he was the next chief of staff of the Army, or even chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and he's without a doubt the most respected and most experienced senior leader the Army has got. He's a front-end conceptual thinker, Sid. He's an experienced leader. He's got a human touch, which in the Army, by the way, is very important. He inspires people. I've seen him inspire people. It's like, I want to drop to my knees when I'm in front of this guy. He gets the most from soldiers, and he's been there and he's done it. And by the way, he's modest about it. He's the best soldier in the Army today. That doesn't come only from me. Every retired general who's been, in the last 2 days, been going crazy has said he's the best soldier in the Army today. His reputation is as great as has been reported. And you know the two groups that are the most happy right now? The two groups. The Kremlin and every terrorist organization in the world. Because Putin feared General Donahue. I have that from Russian intelligence. I mean, there are people, and that's known. He feared Donahue. The terrorist organizations bowed to him. What he did with some of these, Taliban guys is unbelievable. I know the facts. I know that he basically threatened them that if they moved a muscle, he would annihilate that whole organization. They feared him. Putin feared him. We lost him. So that is not a loss that we could really withstand, Sid. I'll tell you. And by the way, the people who really, really support General Donahue, as an Army person, you have William McCraven, Admiral McCraven, the guy who, was SEAL Team 6 with the Bin Laden hit. He said that Donahue was the most brilliant officer he knows. General Thomas, Special Operations Commander, said he's a generational leader. Okay, General Cavalli, these are the best generals we've had, says General Donahue is almost like a comic book hero, without a doubt the most experienced warfighter we have in the U.S. Army. And now he is gone. He's gone. No. I mean, he has more awards. He's decorated more than anyone. He has 5 Bronze Stars, 3 Legion of Merit medals, 2 Defense Superior Service medals. I mean, every war we've been in since 9/11, he's there. And he's gone. And it kills me, because not only is he the greatest leader we had, I know him personally. I've spent a lot of time in Germany with him. He's one of the greatest human beings I've ever met. He's intellectual, yet he's fierce.
Yeah.
As a family man, what he does is, I don't want to get to his personal stuff, but this guy, what he's done for people is mind-boggling. And I was moved so much this week, so upset, Sid, that, I'd like to think I don't really have a tear duct anymore, but it came there. And it's disgusting to me, because he is someone who's done so much for this country and was basically discarded by the United States Army, where he gave his whole life. From West Point on, he gave his whole life.
Terrible.
And we're hurting right now. We're hurting. And the Army is hurting, because everyone's saying, my God, Donahue was kicked out? Donahue. Like, he's like the modern-day General Patton, okay? And he's kicked out. So it's really shaking the Army right now, particularly the Special Force community from which he hails. And it's troubling, Sid. It really is. And so Pete Hegseth, we have now 24. We're up to 24 senior leaders who have been shown the door, by Pete Hegseth.
Is that right? 24?
So, yeah, 24. Randy George, when asked in Congress, why did you fire Randy George? Give us a reason. What, did he do something? Was there a cause? There's no cause reason. There is no cause reason. He just did it. That means you took the leader of the Army in the middle of a war and removed him. We have no chief of staff of the Army right now, Sid. Okay? It's like changing the engine of a plane mid-flight. That's what it's like. In the middle of a war.
Yeah.
I mean, and there was no reason.